Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Monday 5 Live. I actually think I'm going to change the name of that because it's never 5 minutes, let's be honest. It's a fine day out there today, which is a first in many weeks, so that's a good sign. Today I am talking about turning your pain into purpose, and I was actually going to talk about something else this morning, but I realized that this subject is coming up quite a lot with our clients, and so I thought it's a really good one to talk about. So when our clients come to see us, most of them will have some kind of pain going on, whether it's physical pain in the body, maybe they've been living with a health issue that's really lowering the quality of their life. Perhaps they are suffering from some form of past trauma or PTSD, which is manifesting as physical symptoms in the body. Perhaps they have some mental health issues going on, such as anxiety or depression. And part of our coaching philosophy is helping people to rearrange their mindsets. And this falls under our fifth functional pillar of health that we coach, and that is addressing the root cause of stress. So addressing the root cause of stress is our fifth functional pillar, and this is about helping people to understand that their mindset is responsible for so much of how they experience life. And so one of the things that we encourage people to do is to try and turn their pain, whatever that is, whatever pain they're going through at that time, into their purpose. So another way of putting this is when you can find a reason why you are having to go through something challenging, then your whole perspective changes and the whole world actually opens up to you. Now, this is not some kind of lofty, wishy-washy, rose-tinted glasses type view of, being in a difficult situation. Morning, Mo. Thank you for listening this morning. You're up early over in Queensland. So this is not about denying reality or pretending like something isn't difficult. That's not what it's about. It's actually about turning your mindset around and finding a purpose for what you're going through at that time. And the reason that Steve and I are able to coach people through this quite effectively is because we've experienced it firsthand. Both of us have experienced turning our pain into our purpose in very different ways. So for Steve, it was all around going through a really difficult time when he was a young child, around about the age of 10 or 11, where he had to look after a very sick mother. And he was responsible for doing things that other kids that age just normally don't have to worry about. Paying the bills, doing the supermarket shopping, getting up in the night to soothe his mother who was crying in pain, that sort of thing. Steve also is very open about the fact that he had a difficult relationship with another family member, which he held on to for many years, 20 plus years. He held on to bitterness and resentment until he actively forgave that person. And so from there, Steve has been able to find a reason for the pain, and he's turned it into his purpose, which is to help other people going through similar situations. For me, my pain was my chronic health issues a few years ago. I have been able to turn that into my purpose. And now I'm in a position where, we had to dig really deep and figure out how I could get better without the help of conventional medicine. And now I've been able to turn that pain into my purpose, which is to help other people get better too. So when I was really sick, Steve would always say to me, and he had such foresight, I have to say, he would always say to me, there's an opportunity in this. There's a purpose in all of this. There's a bigger picture at play. We just don't know what it is yet. And, to be honest, when you're in that situation, when you're going through difficult, challenging times, you can't see that purpose. You can't see the deeper reason or the deeper meaning behind it. You're just in survival mode, right? You're just trying to get through each day as best as you can and just survive. It's very, very difficult to see that there might be a bigger picture going on, or that there might be a bigger reason. And of course, Steve's words to me at the time, I was like, I don't care about that. I just want to get better. That's what I'm focusing on. But as I started to get better, I thought more and more about what he'd said to me. And I realized he was so right. There was a bigger picture. There was a way of turning my pain into my purpose. And that has escalated into putting me in a position now that I could never have even imagined back then. So I know one thing for sure, and that is when you don't look for purpose in your pain, you'll never find it. You will just be trapped inside your own version of hell, and you'll be continually going in the same loop around, this is awful, why is this happening to me? I don't want to be in this, what's going on? I hate this. You're trapped in a really negative mindset. But if you can open your mind, as difficult as it is when you're going through hell, if you can open your mind and be open to the fact that yes, maybe, just maybe, there is a purpose in all of this, and I can't see it yet, but I will one day. If you can be open to that thought, then everything starts to change. So this is the point where you start to ask yourself some bigger questions, okay? And I'm going to read you some examples of some questions that you can start asking yourself if you're feeling like you're in pain and you don't know why you're having to go through this right now. I know there's a lot of you out there because a lot of you are my existing clients or you've been clients in the past. But we also just know that there's a lot of people out there who are suffering at the moment, whether it's health related, whether it's circumstance related, whether it's something going on, financially within your relationship, whatever it might be. Stress just seems to be one of those things that we're all having to deal with these days. And, this is the point where you can start asking yourself some questions. So I'm going to give you some examples. What meaning does that thing that happened in the past mean for me now? How can I use what I learned from that event to help me make better decisions in the future? What is this experience teaching me? Is it necessary to give me some experience that I need? What kind of person can I become as a result of this? And how can I harness this experience to help someone else? So these are the kind of questions you can start asking yourself and see what comes up in your answers. And your answers, when you start exploring these questions, can often point you in a direction that you hadn't even thought of. And you start to realize, yes, this is why I have to go through this. Maybe I need some life experience to help me get through the rest of my life. Maybe it's teaching me something that I can now pass on to my kids. Okay, so when we go through challenging situations in life, it does make us stronger. There's no doubt about that, even though at the time you don't want to be going through it. They do make you stronger. And so the next time something challenging comes up in life, which is inevitable, we're all faced with challenges, you are better equipped to deal with it because you've been through it before, or you've been through challenging situations before. And so you've now got confidence that you can get through the next thing. And it becomes momentum over time. The more challenges you go through, the stronger you become, and the more you are equipped to deal with the challenges down the track. So I just want to say that wherever you are now, wherever you are, or whatever it is that you're dealing with that you feel, is working against you in some way, health issues, mental health issues, whatever it is, you're going through a challenging situation, maybe with, your boss or your wife or your husband or your mother, whatever it is that you're dealing with, start asking yourself some questions about how can I turn this pain into my purpose? And all it takes is just being open. When you open your mind and don't shut it down and just think, oh, this is awful, you know, how am I going to get through this? Because that just becomes a constant loop in your head. If you can open your mind and start asking yourself those bigger questions, who knows where it can lead you? And I actually just want to read you a tiny little excerpt from my first book, From Living Hell to Living Well. And it's all about finding purpose, because this is one of our coaching philosophies that we talk about a lot. And there's a really great quote in there that we tell people, which I think is incredible in helping people rearrange their mindset around pain. It's just a very, very short part of the book. We've shared with you how we were able to take our respective challenging experiences, identify the reason for going through them, and flip them around to create a purpose. That purpose is to spread our health philosophy far and wide and help our clients transform their lives for the better. We now teach others how to rearrange their mindset to enable them to find their reasons and purpose. When our clients are feeling down on their luck and that life is an uphill slog, we have our own quote that we like to share with them. When you turn why me into this is why, everything changes and the whole world opens up. So I'm going to leave it there for today. This one's short and sweet. I think that quote is very useful to get you thinking about some bigger reasons behind what you might be going through at the moment. If you've got any questions around this, and you know, if you're struggling with anything, and you're unsure how to flip your mindset around, just let me know. I can help you with that. So yeah, hope that was valuable for you this morning. I think it's a subject worth talking about. We do seem to bring this up. It seems to come up a lot with our clients, and we know that it's valuable for people because they tell us that, you know, when they start opening their minds and flipping their mindset around into, you know, this is why rather than why me, and they start to find a deeper meaning and a deeper reason, and from there they can find purpose in what they're going through, then everything changes. So I'll leave it there today. Hope you all have a wonderful Monday and a great week ahead. And I will see you same time, same place next week. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.